Hi, and thank you for watching the Dispensing Practitioners and Pharmacies Understanding Reporting Responsibilities for the ILPMP video, brought to you by the Illinois Prescription Monitoring Program's Pharmacy Compliance Team. What is RxSubmit? This is a common term our team uses throughout this PowerPoint and when assisting pharmacies and dispensing practitioners with questions regarding pharmacy compliance when they reach out to us via email. RxSubmit is the website used to submit daily submissions, void prescriptions, and correct prescriptions. For the website, access the link listed on the last bullet point. This first section reviews information for dispensing practitioners. Let's start on the next slide to review the first question. Who is a dispensing practitioner? This is a practitioner that dispenses Schedule 2 through 5 controlled substances and/or drugs of interest to Illinois residents from their practice. Those drugs of interest being albuterol combination products, gabapentin, muscle relaxants, and opioid antagonists. What if I administer medication in my office? If you administer a Schedule 2 through 5 substance or drug of interest in office, you do not need to report this to the ILPMP via RxSubmit. How do I submit dispensations for a multi-practitioner practice? Each dispensing practitioner at a single practice acts as their own pharmacy and submits their own dispensations by the end of day. For a more formal example of this, we're going to head to the next slide. On this slide, we have the example where there's a singular practice with two dispensing practitioners. We have practitioner A and practitioner B. If practitioner A dispenses 2 controlled substances to patient H, and practitioner B dispenses 3 drugs of interest between 2 patients, those being patient F and patient R, practitioner A then submits the medications they dispense for patient H from their own RxSubmit account by the end of day. And then practitioner B submits the 1 drug of interest for patient F and the 2 drugs of interest for patient R from their own RxSubmit account by the end of day as well. How do dispensing practitioners submit? If you dispense a controlled substance or drug of interest that day, the following options are going to be available to you: SFTP transfer, file upload, manual form submission, or UCF. It is important to note that most EMR/EHR vendors do not provide SFTP transfer functionality, and you will need to contact your EMR/EHR vendor to find out if they have that capability. If you do not dispense any controlled substances or drugs of interest that day, a zero report is required. These can be submitted one of 2 ways: SFTP transfer or manual zero report entry on RxSubmit. And as we talked about on the other side of the screen, the SFTP transfer may not be available depending on your EMR or EHR vendor. Zero reports can be scheduled for days off, including holidays and reoccurring closed days. Steps on setting this up can be found in the Data Submitter's Guide. The second half of this presentation is geared toward pharmacies. In the next slide, we will review our first question. What pharmacies need to report? Pharmacies that dispense Schedule 2 through 5 controlled substances and/or drugs of interest to Illinois residents are required to report. How does a pharmacy submit? If a pharmacy dispenses a controlled substance or drug of interest that day, the following options are available: SFTP transfer, file upload, manual form submission/UCF. It is important to note that SFTP transfer capability must be set up to complete the transfer. Contact your pharmacy management system vendor with any questions or to assist you in setting it up. If the pharmacy does not dispense any controlled substances or drugs of interest that day, a zero report is required. These can be submitted one of 2 ways: SFTP transfer or manual zero report entry on RxSubmit. Zero reports can be scheduled for days off, including holidays and recurring closed days. If your pharmacy never dispenses a Schedule 2 through 5 controlled substance or drugs of interest, your pharmacy should complete an exemption request found on the RxSubmit website and complete the steps below. This exemption request must be completed on an annual basis by June 30th of each year, beginning in 2026. If you or your pharmacy begin dispensing, contact our team at the DHS email listed below and set up an RxSubmit account. Thank you for attending today's presentation. For any questions, contact our email at dhs.dbhr.pharmacy.compliance@illinois.gov. To open up a support ticket with Logikoi, email them at ilpmp@logikoi.com. And otherwise, have a wonderful day.